Many of us love to hate these plants because we see them in garden centres. We're kind of a bit nervous to buy them because they look so delicate and we think we're going to kill them. And today I'm going to go through some of the myths about them, how to get it right, and most importantly, how you can use these in your garden. So, first of all, where will they grow? Well, they'll grow almost anywhere in South Africa, even where we get really low temperatures. Then you would need to put frost protection over them during the winter months because they will frost and they will die right back, and then they won't give you the beautiful show that we want during the summer months. So if you're on the coast, as long as they're protected from wind, then they'll be okay. It's the wind that they don't like, the sea breeze. What are the secrets? The secrets are a well-mulched, well-composted soil. That's what they need. They need loads of organic matter to keep them nice and moist and really kept insulated in the ground. The other thing is that they need semi-shade. Semi-shade meaning either a morning sun, but try and stay away from that hot afternoon sun. Dappled light under trees or a morning sun shade position, that will be 100%. So let's have a look at what different types we've got here. This guy over here has been pruned and shaped into form a standard. Great in pots, as you can see, incredibly handsome. And I mean, just look at all these flowers. They're summer flowering. They are truly beautiful, and all they're needing is when they've finished flowering like this, they need to be pruned back. Okay, that's important, or else this guy gets too heavy, and then what happens is that they then start breaking, looking lanky and out of proportion. This over here is the upright growing fuchsia. You can generally see by its growth habit that this is a more upright bush variety. So it's going to get slightly wider, slightly taller, and give you that upright look. The same would be for this little guy over here. And generally, think about the position that you want to use it in the garden, because that's going to ultimately determine if you're going to be able to see it or not. And then, of course, there's this one. You can see that it has this beautiful cascading. I mean, look at that. So this would be ideal in a hanging basket or maybe in a container where you can then have it on a ledge where it can just cascade down. So how do you buy these guys? One in a pot like this, growing, looking almost instant, or you can be a really smart shopper and probably for close to about $100, you could buy them like this. I mean, take a look at that, especially if you're doing a large area in your garden. This little plant will get to that height in less than 6 months. So many people ask me, how long are these fuchsias going to last in my garden? A fuchsia is a true perennial. It will go on for years in your garden. And really, I mean years, ending up with really big, thick stems. As long as they're well mulched, pruned and fed, they will be 100% fine. So today I'm going to show you with this wonderful cascading fuchsia how to plant it into a hanging basket, because generally on patios, which are under the eaves of the house even, you get loads and loads of shade. Semi-shade, but you get that light just filtering in. So it's an ideal spot for them. Now, when you're choosing your basket, most importantly, choose what you like. That is the first thing. And if it doesn't have a plastic lining in it like this, remember, you would need to add some boot liner or a black bin bag into it to create that lining. And if it's a wire basket, you might need to add some coir inside it as well. Now, the first thing you want to do is take the chain off. The chain is the part that holds the basket where it was clipped on here. Now, next important thing when you're buying a basket like this that already has the liner is to make a few holes in the plastic. If you don't do that, this little guy is going to be waterlogged. And then we start putting in just a little bit of potting soil. So here we go. Probably only 2 or 3 scoops would be enough for this. Remember, only potting soil, folks. You're not going to be using any other soil. As usual, bit of bone meal into the soil, mix it in well. Okay, now you'll see I've only used a little bit of potting soil in there, and that's important because I've got to fit this big guy inside here. Now, to take the fuchsia out, same as usual, hold your hand above it, turn the pot over, squeeze it, bang, and out it pops. So put that little guy in, move the leaves away gently, and pour in your soil. Take a little stick or the back end of a little trowel and firm the soil in to make sure that you get rid of all those air pockets. Here we go, and you can see immediately that I need to add a little bit more potting soil into there. Now that we've planted it up, folks, this is when you get to add your chain back on. You know, fuchsias are often called the ballerinas of the garden, and you can see exactly why they're called that, because they are so dainty. There are not many plants as well that we can find that will flower so well in the shade, in semi-shaded areas. And there we go. All that's left for me now is to find a beautiful spot in the semi-shade for this hanging basket to go and spend the rest of its days giving me loads and loads of pleasure.